Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Art Therapy. I'm gonna be doing makeup for this one. First, I would like to give an honorable mention to my husband, who's a ENFP. If you look at ENFP and INFJ's shadow functions, you will realize that INFJ's shadow function is actually the same as ENFP normal function, and ENFP's shadow functions are the same as INFJ's normal function. And it's really interesting because we kind of just mirrors each other's subconscious mind, because I read somewhere your shadow function is basically like how you're like subconsciously. So yeah, it's really interesting. When I learned about this, it's because I have always kind of really attracted to my subconscious mind, and a lot of times I want to kind of just let it out. I just live in this way that I just do everything kind of how I feel instead of thinking too much about it. And also because I'm an artist, that I love expressing myself, and I love vibrant colors. I love pink. I love, basically, if you imagine what ENFP girls like to wear, I also like to wear that. And but just maybe a little darker. Also, a lot of times I would want to wear clothes that's a little bit broken. I know that INFJs are known for being a perfectionist, a perfectionism, whatever. I do have that. I had that when I was really young. And I think that's like a genetic thing, because my dad, he also was a perfectionist. He's an eye surgeon, and he's such a perfectionist that he's kind of like me in a way, that every time he would write a thesis, and it would be he would just feel like he will never find the perfect solution, whereas other professors would just write whatever and publish it. But he always wanted to make everything perfect, that he wasn't able to get anything done. I was also actually really surprised when I found out about my dad, and there was also another really interesting thing about my dad. But what I've noticed is just this is kind of being a perfectionist is kind of like a genetic thing, and because my dad was like that, and I was like that, I kind of noticed that about myself very early on, and I noticed very early on that nothing will be perfect, because every time I draw, every time I do anything, it's never perfect. So very early on, I just kind of know that nothing's gonna be perfect. So I kind of just instead of feeling sad that nothing's perfect, I had to learn kind of to just appreciate things that's just not perfect, and appreciate imperfection, basically. I would appreciate the imperfections on my body, and I just have this habit of just wanting to show off parts of me that I'm embarrassed about, or stuff like that. And so with makeup and clothes, I kind of just draw whatever I want on my face and just call it a look. But I still like to look really expressive, like ENFPs, because I kind of just very early on started to try to go against what my dad is like and go against like oppression, like even oppression coming from my personality type, which is, like I have obsessive compulsive disorder. Not disorder, but like obsessive compulsiveness. And also because I just feel this strong desire to express my inner self, that I also wanted to kind of reflect on the outside and how I look. Like, I'm the kind of INFJ who is really expressive, who is always trying to break out of her shell, kind of. Because I kind of always had a problem with expressing myself with words, that I had to have a different outlet. And my husband, he's always surrounded by a bunch of people, whereas I'm always excluded by people. Like, they don't want to talk to me. They feel like, I don't know. So like, I just feel like if I have to let people get to know me, then I have to express something, make a statement with how I dress, And even though, it didn't attract any of the right people in my life, but I still love doing makeup, even until now. I still love to express how I feel, even if like no one else cares or whatever. I just always feel really intense inside, and I want to just always let that out. I always try to liberate my subconscious as much as possible, and my husband, he's one of the main factors that helped me overcome all of these insecurities and to come out of my shell and to kind of implementing that in every part of my life, like even like makeup. And like I said before, it's just to have fun. Like, you need to have fun, no matter what format of the fun it is. And you don't even need to have a good quality on your body to love yourself. And with this little kind of, I'm trying to express like my affection for the idea of duality. A lot of times I would dress in a way of like half of something and half of another thing. Like, I would paint my nail polish 2 different kinds of colors. I like to color my hair 2 different kinds of colors. And I always feel really bipolar. Like, sometimes I will feel really energetic and outgoing, and sometimes I will just want to be at home and not talk to anyone and just focus on myself. You can support this video by watching it, or share it with your friends, or support me on Patreon. Thank you.